Today we are going to talk about the problems and challenges faced by girls to pursue their higher education and what could be the solutions. With the help of these inspirational girls and ladies from different parts of the world who have been the inspirations for many. So let's start the second episode, part 1 at Debate with ARD. Well, the basic idea of having these beautiful, inspirational women from different parts of the world is to encourage and motivate each and every girl, each and every parent from different parts of the world who believe that girls' education is not that important. Because my idea is that if you give someone a fish, you feed him or her for a day, but if you teach them how to fish, you feed them for a lifetime. Well, viewers, without any further delay, let me introduce my esteemed panelists today, the guests today. The first one, as you can see on your screen, is Sayyida Salwa Fatima, the pilot girl. This is what people in Moghalpura from the old city of Hyderabad call her because she added wings to her dreams and succeeded realizing her potentials despite having or facing plenty of challenges and problems in life. She never gave up and became an inspiration for millions in India and across the globe. That is Sayyida Salwa Fatima. Our second guest today is from my own native place. Her mother's native place is Jalkora, Khagaria, Bihar, and her father's native place is Kataria, Begusarai, Bihar. She studied in Noida, Hyderabad in India. She went to Yemen and Qatar, and she was also gold medalist at different occasions, and she is known as the star, Kaukab the star in my locality, in my village and that area. So please welcome Kaukab the star. You can see the picture on the screen. And the last guest in today's discussion is a young girl. She is actually from a town called Narsingarh in Madhya Pradesh, but she also added wings to her dreams and went to California, America to pursue her higher education. She is now doing her CPL course from the Worldwide Wings Aviation School in California, and she is here right now with us. Let's welcome all these three guests to the panel and start the discussion. Well, since you are a girl in hijab, you come from the old city of Hyderabad called Moghalpura. As we know that in most of the old Muslim localities, education in general and girls' education in particular is not encouraged that much. How could you manage that situation, and what is your message to these kinds of families and parents who do not encourage education in general and girls' education in particular? Sayyid Salwa Fatima.
So, since I belong to an area where the girls' education was not given importance at the time when I enrolled myself in intermediate. So I would like to appreciate my parents' effort and their support initially, because without them I'm nothing. Next thing is the destiny which lies behind your success plays a great role. So in the area where I belong to, people think that once a girl gets education, once she gets married, she will not bring finances to them. That's a bad opinion which people have in their minds. So getting out from that area and having parents like me who believed in me, and to be very frank, I'm not the first one all over the globe that who is implying. I read an article in 2003 that there are only few women pilots in India. That article inspired me. So I can't say I'm the first, to be very frank, but I'm the first from the old city of Hyderabad, because here the population thinks that getting a girl educated till intermediate is a higher grade. That is not the part. That is not the point. They should get educated until unless they don't get independent. They should stand on their feet. They should be independent. The thinking of people has to be changed. Still, that the thinking has to be changed. The main motive of me participating in social works, encouraging girls towards education, is the education is a single thing in the whole world which don't have a single con in it. It can be used as a weapon to create an example.
Do you think that parents and society at large should give more importance to girls' education? And especially in your case, has hijab ever been an obstacle to achieve your dreams and target? Because we live in India, we live in the country where unity and diversity is the idea of India. What is your idea of India?
And when it comes to me regarding the hijab, I personally, it's my dignity. The second thing is, it's not mandatory to wear hijab when you are on duty. I agree, but it's my faith, and I believe in unity and diversity. I respect all the religions. I celebrate Diwali. I celebrate Holi. I wish my colleagues on Raksha Bandhan. I tie Rakhi. It's a part of I live in a country where all the religions has to get respected. So I believe each and everyone should respect each other, give importance to humanity rather than giving importance towards religion. That's what I'm saying. My motive is to inspire girls. That's why I'm coming out of my cage and stating in front of everyone that this is my story, which I went through, just to motivate girls, nothing more than that. I don't expect anything out of it. So the thing is that girls should get motivated by the struggles which I had in my way to reach this particular goal. That is my goal right now.
Yes, Salva, very well said. We are proud of our nation. We are proud of the idea of India, that is unity in diversity. Very well said, Salva. Cock up. People in Begusarai and Khagaria, in Bihar, or everywhere, we talk about your achievements. In fact, we call you as Cock Up the Star. So I congratulate you for that. Now, as you know that in our locality, in our community, the conventional mindset still, exists. Like in some families, they do not want to send their children to school, especially girls. Others, they try to, send girls to schools up to intermediate level or graduation, and some of them, they try to, help their kids or the girls to be the doctors or engineers. Do you think that the mindset, the conventional or traditional mindset, needs to be changed? What is your message to such parents and families where girls' education is not that important?
The question that you have asked is very relevant here. And when we were talking about inspiring girls, I would just like to add one more point there. That more than inspiring girls, because girls, when we talk about starting the education at that point, all of us, be a girl or a boy, they're at a very young and tender age to understand the importance of education. So at this point, I believe more than the children, it should be the parents who have to be inspired more to send their wards to the school. Be it formal education, it is very much important, and that importance of educating a girl child is to be explained to the parents first, who believes that it's a burden on them, or later on the income won't affect them, or they'll go to other families later on, because that's the mindset that stops them. Because most of the families from the region we belong, we see that normally we send the boys to the school, they put the effort on their education, whereas girls, okay, fine, no problem, go to a normal school, maybe get graduated somewhere and just get a degree, because working, building a career out of it is not very important to them, or that's not the preference. Just getting a degree is important, and that's it, and go on. So importance here of standing on your own feet is something that has to be explained, because be it a boy or be it a girl, in the times that we are going to enter from now on, with the increasing expenses and more diverse world, I think every individual here, be it a girl or a boy, should be an all-rounder at this point of time. Should know how to earn a bread and how to bake a bread, both of it. So the importance here is to be explained. And the next thing here is conventional and non-conventional education. Like here we all belong to a background which is pretty much non-conventional, that you said. Pilots normally, because we know that the number of job opportunities that we have here comparatively is low, and the amount that you have to spend here to get the training is high. Plus, the information is very scarce. When I started personally, I did not know any individual pilots who could have told me that this is the correct flight school where to go. This is the right path, but this is what you need to do. I learned everything stepwise. I did my SPL and then I got to know there's something called as PPL, then something called as CPL, or you need to go and get a multi-rating done or a type rating done. I got to learn about it on the go. So it had been more difficult. So now what happens here is when you go for an unconventional kind of career, the risks are a little high. So probably that is the reason why people stand back. Engineers or doctors or teachers are what we have seen conventionally from generations, people doing. So because they know more about it. When we know something more, we are more comfortable, going into those kind of fields. So personally, I feel that's the only difference. Otherwise, struggles are there in all the fields. If you work hard and be persistent about it, you will achieve, you will get somewhere eventually.
Khaka, as you know that in India we have lesser number of women getting proper formal education. But luckily in the field of aviation there is a maximum number of Indian women doing wonders compared to the world. But the problem is that there are many families and girls, they are still scared of taking risks or sending their girls to for the higher education to different countries or different cities, etc. They have some sort of phobia or fear of failing and some other kinds of phobia. And finally they give up. What is your message to those girls and their families from this platform?
Let me just begin with taking a fact here about girls in aviation, especially as pilots. Like mostly we see in India we have lesser number of women studying, going to school. So obviously reaching to certain stage also you see percentage of women are less, not because they can do less or maybe they have lesser brains or they put lesser efforts, but it's just the number of women going in itself is less. So number of women succeeding is also less. But I'm very proud to say that in aviation we have maximum number or maximum percentage of women in India compared to world. We are at number one as far as it comes to women pilots in India. So when it comes on scare of failure or success, it will be there everywhere. Like you will have to take that risk, you will have to take that leap of faith, because nothing is guaranteed in the world. When your life is not guaranteed, you are alive this moment, next moment what will happen we don't know. So nothing is guaranteed, and especially in the competitive world here, it's not very easy. All you have to do is give your 100%, be resilient, be persistent. You may not reach where you want to, but you will be somewhere on the way. It totally depends on your hard work and also somewhere on what God has written for you. So you can't fight that, but you have to keep working on it. I'll give you my example with you. When it comes to failure or the scare, or when you are scared of being failed, I took it that way that you don't have an option of giving up. If you have gotten in, you have to keep going ahead. You cannot come back. As I said, I started where I did not know anyone. So when I joined the flight school, I was not very fortunate to find a good one. It got shut down. It got closed. My licenses and logbook were with the flight school. they never reverted back, and it was locked by the Airport Authority of India. So there was no way of me entering in. I had to wait for 1.5 years to get my licenses and logbook back to start flying in another flight. Ultimately, when I finished all my flying, got my CPL, got a job, COVID happened. And I had to wait with the LOI, letter of intent from the company. I had to wait for 3.5 years. The only thing was that I had a letter of intent, and every year they kept renewing it. But we did not know where we were going. And as we know, here in CPL, we have to keep everything up to date. Your medical has to be renewed every year. Your license gets lapsed every 5 years. I even did my type rating, which lapses in 3 years. And I had to wait for 3.5 years so that my type rating on air was also lapsed. I had to redo all of these things on the way, just with the hope that one day things will be better, and I cannot give up. So I was working at a flight school as an instructor there so that I can support myself financially, because keeping all these things up to date also comes with a cost. So I was working there, keeping all these things up to date, waiting. Like, time is not a constraint. I have to reach there somewhere. I cannot give up in between. So I would like to say that to everyone, in whichever field you may go, and you may, face blockage somewhere, hurdle somewhere, and you may feel like this is the end. But the only thing that you can do is pray to God and keep working. Giving up is not an option. You will reach somewhere.
Hi Kanak, you are the youngest panelist today. And as you said, as we know, that from a small town in Madhya Pradesh to California, I think it's not that easy for a family to send their girls to other countries. Do you think it was a difficult decision for you and your family? Do families in your hometown encourage girls' education or not? Do you think it was a risky decision for you to go to California or get your higher education from there? What, in fact, made you to fly to California and to add wings to your dreams? If not risky, what do you think about this kind of decision, and what is your message to other girls out there?
Yeah, so I started after my high school. So it was my dream, it was my childhood dream that I want to become a pilot, but my parents always supported me. Even after my high school, they were supportive about my decision that I want to go and join, flight school in United States. So it was not easy, honestly, when I started, but then I came to California. I started from Florida actually. And then I started in 2019, and then I came to California and I got a really good flight school, which is Worldwide Wings. They helped me, and then as she told me, like as she told everyone right now, that it's hard, to know your path in unconventional, fields. And that was the same, thing that was happening with me. I didn't knew which path to follow, and I was getting to know one by one, step by step. I was trying to hit and trial, but still I know where to reach, right? I know my goal. So I got eventually I got right people who started telling me, training me. And then right now I'm on the track, and this is my last month. I'll be getting my commercial as soon as possible this month. So yeah, I'm glad about that. And then as these ladies were talking about, taking risk was the best thing that I did, because if I was there, comfortable in my zone, I would be doing nothing. I would be at my home, and then I would be, taking a degree. That's it. And then, most of the parents in my town as well, they gave them their, especially girls, degrees, and then they were like, just get married. But for me, I wanted to do something, unexceptional, and then professional, something different. And then my parents were like, let's go ahead and do it. That's how I came here in this field. So yeah, I'm glad.